Hello to all members and friends of the UFO. Members of and friends of. Guess what's happening? First of all, the lighting is kind of dim in this room. I need more lights in this room. I mean, the thing is this, okay? The thing is this. BB, my other half, has moved into a house about 2 miles away. And I'm still in the apartment. It looks like I will be for the foreseeable future. Everything's okay, don't worry, everything's okay, we're still together. It's just that Philippine customs are a little bit different than American customs, and let's just say family and friends aren't into the idea of people living together when they're not married. And so, for now at least, and yes, she is my fiance, and yes, it will happen. But for now at least, I'm here, she's there, and we're dating, okay? Let's just call it dating, okay? Okay, so anyway, I've been working on revamping this apartment a little bit, you know, because I'm the only one here. I bought, what is this? A dresser, and I got a lot of my old comic books and old fanzines are here, including Mighty Mouse #2. You may have seen it before because I've boasted about it before. It's a Kurt Swan cover, and I have a story in that issue. It was a major event in my small press life, although that one was actually a newsstand comic book published on the newsstands, and my brief moment of fame and glory. My longer lasting moment of fame and glory has been that I've been with the UFO since the dawn of civilization. Now, yeah, anyway, the room's still kind of a mess because I'm still reorganizing, yeah, that's my bed. So what? But yeah, so I've been doing things. Yes, I know there's a deadline. The deadline for the for Tetragrammaton Fragments, the UFO newsletter number 255, was yesterday, Friday the 13th. Seeing how it was Friday the 13th, you really didn't expect that to work out, did you? But the secret is this. I set the deadline, but actually the real deadline is actually a few days later. I just did that to get you guys up and motivated. Now, if you haven't got your column into me yet for TF, go ahead and send it now, because next weekend I'm really going to put this thing together, and you know, I want to get this thing out, you know. It's my exciting new adventure as chairman of the United Fanzine Organization for the first time in a couple of decades, okay? Although I've been all over the place. I've been chairman of Pizzazz, I've been chairman of the BPP, blah, 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 you know, the other co-op used the original name of the UFO, and Jim Main and I started that, and blah, 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 blah. You know, there's a whole history here. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, but, you know, I've been around, man. I've been around. I've done a lot of things. Anyway, I have been working on a proposed new UFO Constitution, which is about 1/4 as long as the UFO Constitution that you guys have been using for a while. And I was actually in contact with Rob Imes today, and he was helping me along with this. We were discussing things, and he was very helpful, especially in the sense that I've been out of this for so long, and you know, I haven't really kept up with things. You know, as far as the internet goes, I'm still stuck in the 80s. Yeah, but I'm coming along, I'm adapting, I'm learning, you know, and but Rob helped me with a few things to help me kind of get updated with the modern era, and especially in the language, where I talked about webzines and this and that. He just said digital publications, make it simple, digital publications. And so I changed the sections of the Constitution to that, where I mentioned online comics or zines or whatever, digital publications. That makes it simple. Everybody understands that, and because things definitely have changed. In the early days of the UFO, I mean, we publish stuff by very primitive methods like Ditto, the spirit duplicator process, where you drew on a spirit master, and you know, the maximum print run was like 200 copies, and you turned a crank on this thing and you got 200 copies done in about a half hour, or maybe longer, to tell you the truth. But we didn't have any help. We didn't have any digital help. We couldn't format things using a computer or whatever. Everything was done by hand, and yeah, it was. And also, we didn't. You couldn't send out a PDF zine to anybody because nobody had a computer. I mean, no one. Only the government. The government had a computer, like at the Pentagon, and it was like the size of 2 large, giant rooms. And you know, it goes all, you know, all the way, and it had like reel-to-reel tape recorders and stuff. It was like, it was nuts. You know, it looked like a science fiction movie from the 1950s. Because science fiction reflects reality, only it's fiction, you understand? Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, anyway, where were we? I could be digressing. I always do. But, yeah, so looking at the last issue of TF. And here it is, the one that Dave Brandstetter published with a Sam Gafford drawing on the cover. Beautiful drawing by David. And, you know, of course, we miss Sam very, very much. There's Sam himself. Whoop. Hard to do this holding a camera in one hand, folks. And there's Sam the man, right there. One of several important people that we've lost over the last year, including Jim Pack and Bill Shelley. But what I did was, I was looking at that, and I dug out some old copies of Tetragrammaton Fragments from the days when I was the editor, right? Like this one. What is this? Number 99, I think? I think it was number 99. Let me see. But, you know, I was looking at this. Talk about hand-created logos, etc., etc. And the way I did things back then. And, you know, like I say, it's been a while. It's been a while. And here's another one. With a cover by Ken Hahn. He says, "Oh, honey, the kids left the darn Tetragrammaton Fragmenter on all night again. Grumble. I should make them pay the darn electric bill." You see the light. Sorry about the lighting, folks. The light's not great right now. I need to get another light for this room. And here we go again. This was actually typed on a manual typewriter. Back in those days, I didn't even have. Not only, I didn't have a keyboard, I didn't have a computer, I had a manual, non-electric typewriter. And my column at the time was called Quotations from Chairman Skeeter. That's what they called me back then. Maybe I'll call it Quotations from Chairman Loathly now, or something. Here's some artwork by Jeff Wood. But, yeah, Larry Blake, our great, awesome friend Larry Blake, was doing work for us at the time, and he was a member. So anyway, I was looking at these because I want to get back into the feel of doing things, and because I'm not as advanced on some of this internet stuff as you guys may be, I'll be doing some stuff on the computer, and some stuff I'll be doing the old-fashioned way. So you might get kind of a nostalgic feel to the new TF when it comes out in a week, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks at the most, because it's kind of a mixture. It's going to be a mixture of old and new in method and approach, and yeah. So I want to welcome Michael Wagoner, who is our newest member, and I want to say hello to everybody. There's another potential applicant in the wings. I'm not going to tell anybody who it is. He's working on a zine that he wants to send out to anybody. The only hint you get is his initials are BWP. So he might be applying. We'll see what happens. And there's a, and if you guys have any suggestions, or you know anybody that you think would be a good member, a good fit, let us know. let them know first, because you have to ask them to apply, because they have to apply and be voted in. Although the checklist has changed, not the checklist, the Constitution has changed slightly. It's the same in the sense that, you know, somebody has to apply and be voted in. And yes, I really have simplified things here. Just looking at it. I almost left out the part about honorary members, you know, because I thought that would be self-serving, you know. A person who's an honorary member originally was someone who was designated by the chairman as an honorary member out of respect, you know, because of their history with the group or their influence, or, you know, something that they'd done for the group in you know, over the years. You know, maybe they were important in some important way, and but an honorary member doesn't have a lot of rights. Basically, they're a subscriber to the newsletter who gets a free subscription. They get a free subscription to the newsletter, but they can't vote. They don't have to publish a memberzine, and they don't have to send in dues money. As I said, it's free. So yeah, I'm being redundant here. I almost left that off, and then I decided if I left that off, one day it might come back to bite me in the rear end. Me or Jim Maine. So, so speaking of self-serving, I'm not going to make this a long newsletter, but I did promise I'd get in touch with you guys. The newsletter is in the works. I started on it. I spent some time reworking that Constitution. I'm waiting until next weekend to do the checklist, because I want to make sure I have all the new zines, you know, everything that's come in. I got some stuff here in a folder. Let me see what we got so far. Let's just take a look at what's in here. I got a folder here called Tetragrammaton Fragments. If you don't know by now, that means fragments from God. The Tetragrammaton is the 4 letters that make up the name of God in the original Greek or Hebrew or whatever. What do we got here? We got some stuff by Alan Sissom, Xenology and Humph. Now, only the issue, these have UFO symbols on them. So those are clear and ready to go. Here's something new. Victoria Regina from Jason Bullock. Looks great, but I'll review it in the new newsletter. More from Alan Freeman. Alan Freeman was a member too, but that's Alan Sissom's. And Jim Maine's Whatever, #1, is right here. And looking great. So, but I know there's more stuff that's going to be coming in the next couple of days. I know because you guys have told me. Now, as far as the dues, and I've got to look over everything really carefully here. You know, it's $20 per year membership dues, and some of you guys, your dues are about to run out. You know, so I'll let you know. I think there's going to be a one-issue amnesty for during this switch over. You know, if your dues expired, maybe I'll give you an extra issue anyway, because we're going through a period of adjustment. And but yeah, you know, if you want to send me the money, because I can darn well use it. You know, it's not cheap. And what I found out over the years, since I printed the Beacon Annual recently, and from the, you know, years ago was the last time I printed anything or copied anything or went to Kinko's or whatever. You know, like more than a decade, like 15 years later, all of a sudden here I am. I took that one to Kinko's, and prices have gone, guess what? Up. And so yeah, if you want to send the dues money, send the darn dues money. I'd appreciate it. And I'll look at this. So I'm not going to guarantee you that I'm going to waive any membership dues. I'm just thinking about it. Alright, so I'm just relaxing and going nuts here. Getting ready to play my guitar. One of my guitars, I have 2. It's right over there. You know, in a month from now, I'm going to be 64. And when I first published the UFO newsletter, I was, what, 13 or 14 years old. Hey, don't it look sinister under this light? So, yeah, children of the night, what music they make, right? But yeah, So I'm thinking about this. I got the chords to when I'm 64, so I'm thinking about doing a video, you know, not for the UFO, but I'm thinking about recording this song. Next month I'll be 64. And I've been, it's amazing, but it's been 51 years since I revived the UFO. And, wow, 51 years. Can you imagine that? And here we are again. We're going to do it again, and we're going to do it even better. So, I know there's a lot more stuff I should mention, but that's all I can think of right now. So, this video is already getting too long. So, you guys have a great day, have a great week, and get those columns into me if you haven't sent them yet. Let's make this a great, an exciting new beginning to a new era for the United Fanzine Organization. The premier and really the only co-op around anymore. We were the first, we were the best, and by golly, we're still here. Who'd have thought? I think that's an amazing accomplishment. I have to give credit where it's due to Rob Imes for keeping this group going during a time when it might very well have faded away. And other chairmen, David Brandstatter, Jim Main, all the guys who've been chairman in the modern era of the UFO, but particularly I think credit is due to Rob Imes, and all respect, and yeah, I do appreciate the advice you've been giving me, Rob, and the help you've been giving me as this ancient small press guy adapts to modern times. And the main thing I want to bring with me to this co-op isn't a brilliant sense of design or, you know, all this, you know, knowledge of things you can do online and production things you can do with a computer. What I want to bring with me is just the enthusiasm, the happiness, the positive, the joy of creating comics and sharing them with others, and receiving comments and reviews from other people. And you know, that's what it's all about, the interaction between us, all us guys who have a common, there's something that we all have in common, and it's a love and a joy for creating comics. And man, we got some talented people in this group. Now what the heck? I've been looking at Larry Johnson's Horseman strips lately and just been blown away by the stuff he's doing. But, you know, we may have lost Sam, God rest his soul. But, who's still here? Verl Holt Bond is back. Better than ever. David Brandstetter still here. Jason Bullock, Rob Cooley, Rob Imes, of course, Larry Johnson, Roger Keel, inspiring us all the time with great talent. Tim Kelly, one of the old BP peers from the 70s and 80s and stuff, and one of the best cartoonists around, one of the funniest guys around. Jim Main, who of course has been an awesome influence, even when I was unable to continue and the group looked like it was all over with in the early 80s. Jim popped up, got a hold of it, and revived this group. And he deserves all respect for everything he's done for the group. Alan Sissom, our emergency chairman, who also is the head of the Collectors Club, and has been an inspiration to me in the last few months. Alright guys, I'll let you go. Hope you don't mind this video too much. Said I'd stay in touch, and that's what I'm going to do. So expect more videos whether you like it or not. Adios, my friends.